Welcome to Sunday Night Live. Oh, it's too funny. Hey, all righty, all right. Hey, Alan, how you doing? Hey, I love sports cards. Yeah, listening and watching the game. Yes, and I am continue to pray for you, brother. Um, definitely, definitely. Oh, it just told me that I went live. It just dinged. Hey, old and crackadated and Darlene, how you doing? Knight Rider Gaming. I love sports cards. Sarah Cave, how are you doing? RNRV Chronicles. Hi, everyone. Hey, James. I got the little challenge coin here laying here. Glad to see you on board. All right. Let's see. Let's see. TL Shaw. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Yep, I got to go to the post office tomorrow. So over my shoulder back there, you can see the mail hammock. Look at that. I got a mail hammock. But I'm going to be doing a Monday, Mail Monday coming up. I have to go. I was out of town, as you guys know, and I just got back a couple hours ago. So got the blue, and I'll explain why it's blue here in a minute. I want to get through saying hi to everybody. Hey, Elric the Black Heart and Jake, how you doing, Oregon boy? Camping all out. Let's see the Redneck City Boys. How you doing? All righty, already. So hey, JWP and Small Town Adventures. How are you doing? Hey, Carl, how are you? All right. Let's see. Can't wait for you to open it. I know me neither, because it got here and you uh, sent it and you sent me the email and said it's there. And I was already up in New York and I was like, oh, I'm going to be back in time. So I'm going to go over tomorrow and pick it up at the P.O. box. Hey, Patrick, how are you doing? Peggy, how are you? Randy and Leonard and all right. And Tony's bodyguard is in the house. Hope everyone had a good week. I know I had a good week, but I wanted to start out this evening uh, and explain why it's blue and why I have the lantern right over there, like a candle. So I'm just going to take a minute and talk about that. And hey, dear, how are you doing? Dear Corner, good evening. All right. So the way I'm going to do this tonight is I am going to look at the comments and I'm going to do my introductions. I'll try to catch up with everybody as it goes through. Hey, Wicker, how are you doing? All right. So what I wanted to talk about just for a couple minutes. So, as y'all know, I was out. I left Thursday, and I'm going to talk about that. I left Thursday to go to upstate New York for our meetup. So I didn't have a lot of time. Hey, Stitch, how you doing? So I didn't have a lot of time to really hear what's going on in the news and stuff. But the reason I chose blue tonight and white, because that's always. But if you remember, 2 weeks ago we did the red, white, and blue. But tonight I'm doing the blue for Israel. And I want to say I'm standing with Israel. Just what had happened with Hamas coming in there and just devastating news. So I found out last night. So I was catching up, listening to the news on my 8-hour drive today, and I have the candle lit for all the lives that were just taken from us. Um, yeah. So. And then there's about, Israel has about 200,000 American Israel, citizens over there, and we don't know how many of those were lost either. So I don't know what the days are going to curtail or what's going to happen over the next days, but I want to say that I'm definitely standing with Israel in my prayers for all the loss and the families that were affected by that. And we do have, we don't know how many Americans are being held, captive right now over there. So definitely going to be continuing to prayer. And I'm going to ask y'all, to pray for Israel as well. And I ordered my an Israel flag, so that'll be here in about a week. Yes. All righty. Yeah. So, I want to be, excited for, our live. And so my excitement is just because I'm here with you guys. And that's very comforting for me personally. So let's continue to pray for them over the weeks and possibly months. So we'll together see how this all transpires, and we just continue to stay strong and show our support any way that we can. And one of the biggest ways that we can show our support is, by prayer. And I do want to say that, if you're questioning, what Revelation, the book of Revelations in the Bible talk about, now's the time to wake up and maybe take a look at it. And if you want, send me an email with contact information if you would like to reach out to me, and talk about a little bit of that. We certainly can. All righty. So, well, so I had about an 8.5 hour drive home, but it started out last Thursday after the Thursday night's video. And we really didn't get the chance to talk about that last Thursday's video. Not this past Thursday, but a week ago, Thursday's the cornfield where I made that awesome breakfast, the pancakes and everything for breakfast. And I got to watch it with Alpine Warrior, and that was great because I had an opportunity to watch it with a subscriber to the channel, and it was really neat. And also Lynn as well. Oh, thank you so much, Tanya. I'm gonna put that up here. Yeah, what a blessing. I love the American flag. Absolutely. Yeah, we got the American flag. And I do have an American flag, as you guys saw. If you watched the meetup, we had it flying off the front of the car. And I'm hoping, you know, you know, to be able to have the Israel flag flying maybe in the studio here as well, for our support. All right. So, hey, camping all out. Alyssa, say hi to Alyssa for us. And hey, Hammock Mountain, how you doing? All righty. Yes. Okay. I'm all caught up. It looks like. Oh no, I'm not. Hey, Joe, how are you doing? The fall foliage at peak where you're at. Yes, it certainly was. So I left on Thursday. Miss 2.0 and we watched that video that came out, the cornfield one, and then I drove up. I ended up leaving in late at night, and I ended up leaving and driving up to upstate New York. And as I was going up, it was in the middle of the night, and you guys got to see that video, the lead up to the meetup. So you see me start driving, and I'm at that gas station. That's in Pennsylvania. So I left PA and I started driving. I decided to drive all night long. And as I drove throughout the night, I was just filming a few clips, and then we saw a little bit of a sunrise. And I said, "Oh, that wasn't that great of a sunrise." Well, when I was editing, I missed it because I was sleeping a little bit. I fell asleep while it was doing the sunrise, and I only saw a little bit of it right at the tail end. And I thought, oh, when I went to do the next part, I was like, oh, that really wasn't that great of a sunrise. But you guys are gonna see an amazing sunrise when Stitch, Alpine, and we hammock hang, and that's going to be this upcoming Thursday's video. So you're going to see that. Hey, Big Mike, hello, and Lori is here. Like I said, I'm going to glance over here every once in a while, but if you have a question, please jump in and put 3 question marks in front of your question, and that way it'll jump out to me. And I'm not sure, RNRV Chronicles, if you will be able to click on a question, or Tony's bodyguard, maybe we can try to click on a question or something like that, and maybe it'll pop up on my screen and I'll be able to see that. We're going to give that a try. And if I see a question here and I see one jump up there, we'll see if we can see. Yep. Thank you, Darlene. Please put question marks in the beginning. All righty. So when I started driving, I did a lot of neat little different filming with the drive up to New York leading up to our meetup, and that was pretty cool because that's 3 days. So I left late Thursday night, and I'm driving, and you see me put my hand over the camera, and then when I meet up with Alpine Warrior, we're on that fort, the ruins from that fort. There is a museum up there. We didn't get a chance to take a walk through it, but we were standing up on top of that moat wall, and then he got me down, helped get me down off of there, and then we're standing there, and then I lay the phone down and I step on the camera, and then the next scene you see is me lift my foot off of the camera. Then you see all three of us together, and we ended up driving over to Vermont because Stitch was flying in. Now we had talked about camping together on a live when I right after the live when I was out in Colorado Springs. This is back in April, and the three of us had gotten on a yeah. I'll tell you what. I see the question, Sarah. Somebody try clicking on that as far as my moderators and see if it helps pop it up over the screen. I'm not sure if you have that capability or not, but that's one way we could try to help. I don't see it popping over. So I'm going to pop on it. So, boom. When was your anniversary, Tony? Because ours was the 29th of September. Oh, well, happy anniversary to you as well. Miss 2.0 and I's anniversary was actually October 2nd. And so I spent my anniversary, and she spent our anniversary with me, not here. I was up in upstate New York during our anniversary, which is October 2nd. Yeah, two. For 2.0. So that was our 36th wedding anniversary. So I had cards for her and stuff here at the house, but we are going to celebrate our anniversary coming up this week. So she started new job. She is an LPN, and it's a lot closer to home, that's for sure. So when she drives, as I got back from New York, I ran her a cup of coffee over. She's working tonight. So I took her a cup of coffee over, and I got to hug her and kiss her and stuff. And then I'll see her later tonight after our live when she gets off work. So it's going to be a lot quicker for her to get home. She used to get off at 11:30 and didn't get home till 12:30. Now she gets off at 10. She's home by 10:20. So I got to watch the clock because I don't want to miss her coming home. All right. So here we go. So, hey, Tony, another question here. Hey, Dennis, how are you doing, brother? Yes. So Dennis and I ate at a Cracker Barrel. He met me on my trip across America, and he met me, and we had breakfast at Cracker Barrel down there as I started heading west right after we left. So, hey, Tony, I've been enjoying your videos. Keep them coming, brother. Yes, and Dennis has provided a lot of different hammocks, and I want to thank you so much, Dennis, for all the support that you've given to me and the channel. And you've helped me learn a lot. And I'll tell you what, I learned a lot hanging in hammocks. So you were going to see, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, I'll talk about that in a little while. All right. Let's see. Hey, Lori's got another question here. So you didn't do the anniversary dinner yet? No. And we're going to go to Glass Lounge. But Lisa didn't have her schedule yet. So we weren't sure what day she'd be working or not working. So we are going to be doing it at the Glass Lounge, which is just outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And it's at the base of the Rockville Bridge. Now, just a little bit about the Rockville Bridge. The Rockville Bridge is a bridge that spans the Susquehanna River. It's the largest stone-arched railroad bridge in the world. Yeah, and there's still trains that go across it too. In fact, it's got multiple tracks on it, so there's multiple trains that go through there. But Lisa usually gets crab cakes, and I usually get a big steak. and a salad. And like I said before, their salad, like there's this much shredded carrots on the top. And if you like blue cheese dressing, I know I do. They give you larger than a monkey dish. So if you're in the restaurant business, you know what a monkey dish is. If not, it's just a little smaller than a cereal bowl, but a monkey dish is filled with chunky blue cheese. Now they don't water it down. They don't. So yeah. All right. We got a lot of questions tonight. That's awesome. Awesome. Oh, my mom passed. Oh, James. Sorry to hear that, brother. Definitely be praying for she was 83. Oh, well, James, my heart goes out to you and your family for your loss, definitely, of your mom. That's always very, very tough. Who watched Steve in Canada's Floating in River? Who watched Steve's? Yeah, did he just do a new video? I know there was series that he had done before. Hey, Small Town Adventures, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we got to get together one of these days soon. All right, let's see. Okay, outdoor. Uh, I always have trouble pronouncing things. Dauber, Daber. I think I'm not sure. Phonetically, I'm not good at things. But Tony, what's your necklace? Okay, so my necklace is it's a carabiner. Can you see that? So that was a gift at a meetup, my very first meetup from Alpine Warrior. It is a carabiner. So if you're familiar with climbing, it is a carabiner with a mountaineer or a climber in it. And because I used to climb, this was given to me by Alpine Warrior as a reminder after my stroke to get back to being able to climb again. I know I'm Miss Stitch's belayer. If you don't know what a belayer is, the belayer is who doesn't let the person drop. And with my right arm not being that strong, Lisa hasn't felt comfortable enough. Hey, honey, we were just talking about going to the glass lounge. So, yeah, that's so Miss 2.0 and I had our 36-year wedding anniversary on October 2nd. Let's see, not much, but save it for you. Oh, thank you so much, brother. Let's see, I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. Okay. And yeah, it's not just I want to say it's not, don't think it's a little bit. It's a lot to me. It really, really is, brother. Really, really is. I'm just gonna scroll over here. Hey Dan, how are you doing? And Stone Wolf Outdoors. I don't know if I've seen that before. So are you? I think this is the first time I've seen you in here in our comments. But welcome. Yes. Then let's see. Let's see. How did that collapsible cup work out for you? Awesome. It worked out great. And so in that video, I used that collapsible cup. Very good. In fact, I didn't need the hot lips with that one. That's for sure. So that was when I made that pine needle tea. Is that the one where I made the pine needle? Boy, just with filming and doing different stuff, I have so much trouble. Oh, Stitch, thanks for dropping me off at the airport. I did pay $20 to pick me up earlier. Yes, you did. But now that I'm home, so I can be cheap. Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't tree fitting. That's an inside joke. Yeah. Yeah. And, we had a great time, and you guys are going to see that. That's going to be a great upcoming video. So Stitch flew in, and we picked him up at the airport, and then we go all the way to Latham. A 2-hour drive. I was a 2-hour tour. So we had gone down. Alpine Warrior and Stitch rode together, and I drove down behind them, and we had our live. And at the live, or not to the meetup. And then during our meetup, we went live. So that was a video. If you haven't seen that one yet, that one was early. So that one did happen a lot earlier than our normal 8 o'clock live. And I was just gonna say, oh, and there's Joanne. It was great seeing you, Joanne. And yes, yes, happy anniversary. And let's see, Dave took to our 44th anniversary dinner tonight in Maine. Oh, you went to Maine. So that's from Massachusetts up to Maine. Great meetup last Sunday. Yeah, and it was finally awesome to meet you guys. And so Dave and Joanne had come to the meetup. And if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the meetup. And then also Patrick and Lori came to the meetup. And then Mike the elk. Now, if you remember, I didn't. I did a Subaru setup, and that was Roof Tent Mike. But he decided not to change the name because he's going to Elks clubs all across the United States, where they allow you to stay over overnight in your hammock. Or not in your hammock, overnight in your if you have a roof tent, top tent. I always have trouble saying it. Rooftop tent on your car, you can spend the night for free at an Elks Club. So that's one of the neat things with them. Hitting the like. Oh yeah, don't slack from hitting the like button. Well, I appreciate that. So what, Joanne, what'd you have to eat? Yeah, and yeah, and we got to give away our Tony Chocolonis there, and we had the Louisiana cakes there, and Patrick and Lori. Now, Lori is a dental hygienist. She gave me a toothbrush and Colgate toothpaste. I got that right over there. So on this side over here, you can see spam and stuff like that. And then on this side, you can see a spam. Miss Stitch will like that. So this is spam from Stitch and Miss Stitch. Miss Stitch had gotten that from Saipan, got some flavors from there. And so I made, in honor of Miss Stitch, I made, you can see it's a pyramid. So, like she has out there at her house, because I got to see her pyramid out there. Now, this is something that Stitch had made. This is hollow, not pickled, they're candied jalapenos. So while we were all together, Stitch had made his famous Texas chili, and well, yeah, it was really good. And I think you guys, I did show a little bit of that on a video. I'm not sure. I can't remember what I made and what I didn't make as far as videos. It's kind of all been a blur. Oh, I'm missing questions. Boom. I'd like to know story behind favorite hat. Yeah. So this I have, you can see because of the meetup, I have camp hat on. So camp hat is not so much a question, Tony, but more I have a fire starter for you to try. Oh, awesome. Small town adventures. So this is camp hat. Now, if you watch I think ever since I started, well, some of my early videos, I didn't wear a hat. You'll see my hair more. Yeah, it's gonna hat hair. But at some point, maybe about the third video, you start seeing camp hat show up. Now, it didn't look like this. So that's been 2.5 years ago. And camp hat, I was invited. Now, it's in a lot of videos. Leading up almost a year's worth of videos, and then my daughter had me come up and I dog sat their dogs, and I like to say it was eaten by Bear, and a lot of people go, "Oh, Bear!" No, but their dog's name is Bear. I was sleeping and he ate my hat. I woke up and there's pieces of it laying all over, and I thought, oh, I can't wear this anymore. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to wear it for a while. So I did wear it for quite a while, and then others had gotten me hats, and I started wearing those hats. And then at my very first meetup, right after that, they've kind of all worn off, but they're still there. From the very first meetup, I had everybody that came to that meetup sign my hat. So this time around, I didn't have them sign a hat. I actually, you're going to be able to hear me because Emma Brown, 2 weeks ago. Let's see here. This is a double set of speakers, microphones, and so you should be able to hear me while I walk back here. What was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. La, 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 la. I was coming back here for something to grab. What was it? I forget now. I forget what I was even talking about. uh, oh, that's right. There we go. Right, Lindell. I forget. Let's see. Okay. So I took this book along, and then so this is going to be my official new, anytime I do a meetup, I'll take this. So this is the beginning here. So this is the fall meetup in Latham, New York, and guest book. And what I did is I had everybody that was there sign it and take and sign a page. Not, I didn't want to name a bunch of names. Like, hey, Dave and Joanne there. so I had everybody sign a whole page. I wanted to have you just have a page dedicated for each person, that they could write a note to me or anything saying that they're there. I just saw that. Oh, that is too funny. Stitch, I just saw that. It's, elk droppings. That's too funny. All right. So what I'm going to do is anytime I have a meetup, because this is a better way for me to save everything, we're going to have a tab, and so there'll be a tab put on this one so I can say 2023 fall meetup, and then we'll have a spring meetup, or anytime we have a meetup, I'll start a new tab and start a new section for our meetups, because I want to have more meetups in some different places and things, get it planned out a little bit better. Like I'd like to go more south again, and get down like North Carolina-ish area. But we'll see how things go. So that'll be the official. And I got I didn't get to eat this with the guys, but Alpine Warrior, look at this. Hot, spicy maple bourbon pickles. I wanted to do a whole video just us eating these pickles. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to open them for tonight, but I'm going to save those. I might do them on another night, or I might put some in a bag. I want to taste them when we're together at some point. Okay. Oh, did I miss things? I'm thinking I might have. Live more, worries less. Oh, live. Live more, worry less. How are you doing tonight? Yes. Welcome to the live, and I have not seen you here before. So if you're new to the channel, put some exclamation points down and put us maybe put down a state or a country. I know we've had Thailand in here and Ethiopia and different places that have jumped on the live. So if you're new to our live and it's your first time on, put some exclamation points so I can see the exclamation points on there, and just say, yes, I've been watching you now. Just found your channel. Hey, Herman, how you doing? Hey, Tony, how are you doing tonight? I am doing great. When you came to Brookville, Florida, oh yeah. So when RNRV Chronicles Dave and I took our trip to Florida, I didn't realize how close I was. Yeah, and that was a rough trip. We went down to look at that RV, and but RNRV Chronicles is putting out some videos now because they're packing up and they're getting ready to head down towards Florida. Uh, and so let's see. I'm gonna just do a quick scroll. Hey, Sean, how you doing? All right, not right, everybody. Okay, I think I got everybody. All right. And we got 45 people watching. Well, welcome all 45 of you, because I know some of you can't comment because you're maybe watching on your TV. Yeah. And oh, we've already gone 30 minutes. Wow. I only talked about one couple things. So you have the me driving and stuff, that video. So there's a lot of transitions. Then you see us together. And then you see us. I say the next time you see us, you're going to see us all together on a camp. So we do that. Let's see. I messaged Miss Stitch about the spam shrine. Yes, and she is so proud of you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, and yeah. And it's all right there, and I can't wait to break into it. Because there's different ones there. There's all kind taquino. There's jalapeno, uh, hot and spicy, teriyaki. Y'all, and Stitch brought it all on the plane. And when he got there, his bag was so heavy, and it was all because of that and the other stuff that he brought us as well. And what a blessing you were, Stitch. And it was awesome hanging out with you and Alpine. And I know I shared with Alpine that was really the first time in my life, and it's very, very meaningful to me because I've never camped with two other people before, and just had like a guy's time, and that was incredible. It definitely means a lot to me, very much so. And it's very memorable, very, very memorable. Had an awesome time. Leonard, yes, the bacon flavor, yes, and got that over there. And I got actually received the bacon flavor from Patrick and Lori. And Patrick and Lori, if you guys go on to last live, you'll see when it's pulled out. I end up pulling everything out of the bag. And when I pull it out of the bag, um, the items that Lori and Patrick brought me, you'll get to see everything they did. I've got the maple syrup over there, and some of the stuff is I've got it displayed here, but that pumpkin is already downstairs, and the basket is downstairs. And like I said, I got the toothbrush and stuff up here. So in the studio. All right. I had a grand time, Tony and Alpine. Yes. I tell you what, I think that was our first annual Hammock Hang. Yeah. And we are going to probably plan another one, but in another location. Yes. And I would there. See. Do. All right. And Leonard says, I like the spam flavor or the bacon flavor. Yeah, I do too. The bacon flavor is really, really delicious. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? Spam, give one, get one. Right? Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was great meeting you and your wife, Patrick. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys made the trip over there and we got to hang out. And when I went live, so I blended a little bit of that in the video of me traveling to the meetup. So if you haven't seen that one, they're kind of in you'll see the live if you watch it on Sunday, but then I have a little bit of that in um, in that video of me traveling for the meetup. So let's see. If I'm missing anything, I apologize. Tony, I'll have to send you a picture of my recent fly tie. Yeah. It took like 3 hours to do it. Oh, wow. It's a grasshopper. Very neat. So, all right, I'm going to get back on off the comments for a second. So if you do have a question, throw it up there. Hey, Chuck, how you doing? Oh, hello from Maine. I know two other people that love Maine. I've got to get up to Maine one of these days. That is a state I have never been to. In fact, the farthest I've been is over into Vermont, and that was when we drove. Alpine and I drove over there to pick up Stitch at the airport. So that was the first time I was that far north. That was the furthest north I'd ever been, like in the United States, going that way. So I've already been to California, and if you haven't seen that series, watch that series as well. Yeah, the travel series, and that's on a whole uh, travel video, the 37 travel videos. So Dennis has a question. No hot lips. You always forget to use them anyway. The little arm thing. A lot of time it's actually in my cup, but lately I have been not over boiling the water, and I've got my and I'm drinking a coffee. That's a good cup of coffee, Pilgrim. Alpine and Stitch will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yes, I do have it in the wristband that you had given me, and I always have it in my pack too. And but I haven't had to use it, and that cup works out really, really good because it's already that silicone, the collapsible cup, and that works out really, really nice. In fact, I'm going to try doing some other stuff in that cup. Got some ideas uh, for that as well. Let's see. Hike with Mike. How are you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hammock Mountain. Yes. Hey, hike with Mike. Okay. Hey, Chuck, Chuck. Let's see. I think I've got everybody covered. All right. So, so one of the things that Alpine Stitch and I did is we went up. Alpine took us up to Whiteface Mountain. Now I didn't do video of that because I wasn't really sure, and I was, but I took a lot of pictures, and I wanted to put those pictures in our make a small video of that. And so I made that and put it to music. And I haven't done that in a long time, put a video to music. But I did do that. And that was, you can see that one. That's the fall foliage. It's only like 2.5 minutes, that one. But it's been a long time since I did something like that. But hey, it's random, right? That's why we're random adventures. All right. Yeah, yeah, but at Whiteface Mountain, I do want to talk about that for a minute. So at the top of Whiteface Mountain, we drove up, and then they had an elevator that went to the top. But you have to walk in 400, I believe it was 487 feet, walking into the mountain where they burrowed into the mountain, and then from there you get an elevator, and it's 27 floors. Isn't that cool? That's like my favorite number. And when I saw it on the sign, it says 27 stories. So you go up 27 stories, and I tried filming and Stitch, like filming the inside of the elevator. I thought, because they said it's a glass elevator, so I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to get to film as we go up on a glass elevator. But it was up through the center of the mountain to the top, and as soon as I headed up, all I'm seeing is stairs. But when I looked at the footage, when I was flipping the camera, and then there was other people in the elevator with us. There was only 5 at a time that you could go up. But it was everything was upside down, and it was like this much from my eyes up filming. And I didn't put that in the video. But the leaves, from the time that we went to pick Stitch up, like when I drove up, the leaves weren't really there yet at all. They're very, very few. But just in the 2 days, they just started coming within 2 days. And by the time I left, which I left early this morning, just all of the leaves were beginning to change, and so many leaves came down just while we were there. So I was there. I left Thursday a week ago, and then just got home today. Uh, have you ever visited? No, I never did the Theodore Roosevelt Park in Western North Dakota. I never made it up to North Dakota. Yeah, I never did. When I came through the trip across America, when I headed up, I was in South Dakota, and then I went over to Wyoming to Devil's Tower. And then when I came back through, I don't believe I was in North Dakota at all, because then I started heading to the Badlands and then ended up at the Spam Museum over in Minnesota. And that's, I believe, the last video that I had was the Spam Museum in Minnesota. All right. What kind of breed is Bailey? She seems to be a good one. So Bailey is uh, a blue heeler lab mix. So she's part blue heeler, and that's why she has the ticking on her legs and stuff, and then a lab. But which is really interesting. I think lab, blue heeler lab, blue heeler retriever. No, I think she's lab, which she doesn't like water. So I'm thinking she's more blue heeler. She's very, very smart dog. She learned how to do so many. She learned to sit the first day we had her on a piece of no, I didn't have the pepperoni at the time when I taught her. I just had some other treats, and I was breaking them in little pieces. I only had one treat, and she learned to sit on that one treat. And you just do one finger. That's sit. This is lay down. She lays down. I just point. I don't have to say anything. And the other thing is oh, bang, and she lays down, puts her head down, and then her tail goes still. If I flick my hand like that, she'll sit up. If I say, look at me, her and I are in a staring contest, and she won't look away until I say, all right. And then she gets her treat. But she'll sit there and stare in my eyes for like a minute. She'll go longer, but I don't want to make her wait that long. But that's one of the first things that I taught her was look at me, because um, I wanted her to see what I was doing. So every time she'd look at me, I'd give her a treat. I'd say, look at me. And I think that's one of the first things you should teach a dog is look at me. And then that way they're not all over the place when you're trying to teach them other things. So, if I go like this, sit, and then I no longer have to say sit. I just hold up one finger and she sits. But she seems to only do it when I have a treat. She's so smart. I'll tell you a story here real quick. She is so smart that I was sitting at the dining room table and I taught her how to ring the bell to go outside. Like ring, ring. She rings it. Our cat rings it now too because she knows that'll open the door. But she rings it, and then I'd let her outside, and then I'd hold her paw and then ring the bell because she was scared of it first. But then one day I was sitting on the couch and I heard this ring, 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 ring out in the kitchen. I'm like, what in the world is that? And I and I was like, oh, that's right. I taught her how to do that, and then so I let her out. But she got so smart that I'm sitting there and I hear ring, ring, and I walk over to the back door to let her out, and she backs up. Like, Bailey, what are you doing backing up? Go on outside. And she'd go into the dining room. And then God, sit back down and I hear she'd go over the door. Ring, ring. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? I hear ring, ring. And I get up off the chair, go over to the back door, and I'd open it and she'd back up. And I'm like, okay, that was twice. And like, go on outside, Bailey. Go outside. And then, but she kept backing up. And she did this to me 4 times. And then on the 4th time, instead of going into the living room, she backed up and turned and looked at the counter. She was ringing that bell to get me into the kitchen so she could show me she wanted whatever was on the counter. Really, really smart. And yeah, that was she had me going that night. and then when I realized what she was doing, I was like, oh, she's too smart. Yeah, too smart for her own breed. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Andre, how are you doing? Yeah, yeah. Uh, Oyster Bay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, all right. Let me look at this here real quick. Get a refresher. Oh, so I gotta apologize for this past Thursday. So I scheduled Thursday night's video before I left, and get with packing and everything, and make sure I had everything I wanted to take with me, and then I start driving. So I'm editing the camping video that the three of us did, and I got it edited, and I thought, well, I'll just go over and to look at the comments quick. And if you noticed, I didn't answer any comments all week long. It was really tough for me because I wanted to spend time with the guys, and we were just doing so much stuff and just hanging out and having a grand time, and really awesome. And so I kept looking at the comments. I answered like one or two, but I wanted to really concentrate on answering them. So I started answering them later. But when I went on to see some new comments, I saw a couple comments on a video, and that was at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, how is there comments on that video? It shouldn't be. I didn't schedule it for 5 p.m. that night. For Thursday night. It actually went on Thursday, but at midnight, like 12:01 Thursday. So that video went before I was even ready. So that's why it wasn't on for the normal time at 5 p.m. But I went and pinned a comment that said, "Hey, apologize for that. Been busy and I didn't catch it." And but if I would have caught it, it would have been scheduled for the regular time of the programming. Yes. All right. Oh, we got 50 people watching. Hey, James Rockford's got a question here. What stealth camping coming up? All right. So this one is not really a stealth camp. It's going to be a camping video of Stitch, Alpine, and I doing a camp together. And I am going to talk about that just a tad after I talk about these other couple little things here. Hey, Dan, how are you doing? My cat is so stupid. He has spelled my name wrong on my birthday card for years. Oh, that is too funny, Dan. Yeah. Oh, oh, funny thing I was up and I caught that video. Yes. And that's what I saw. I saw comments going, like one of them was like, "Hey, I see the video, but I just got off work and I'm not going to be able to watch. I'm going to watch it later in the day, but I just got home and I'll probably fall asleep during it, so I'm going to watch it later." And I was like, did that thing go go on? It did. And so because it didn't go at our regular time, that one was a little sluggish getting off. But I think that one's up to 3,500 views already. But out of the last 10 videos in the sequence, it's about number 5. So if you haven't watched it, go on over and watch it. A little plug for my video. Yeah. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, hey, congratulations to us, right? We hit 9,500 subscribers, and I think we're at 9,537 as of today. But a couple days ago, we hit that. I got a milestone on my phone because I think that was the next milestone was at 9,500. I didn't put that up and post that on anywhere because I want to wait for the big 10,000 subscriber and to put that up. And I'm still thinking of what I can do for a video for that because I want to do one and special for the 10,000 subscriber mark. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing? Hey, Tony, how's it going? Hope you had a good week. Glad to be back on the live, brother. Yes, yes, had an awesome week. Yeah, it was really, it just we did so much stuff. It was really cool. And like I said, the leaves, you can go on and watch the fall leaf, and then we had great weather. It was a little warmer than usual, so there were a good bit number of mosquitoes as well. But I'm AB positive, so they don't like me. Which I was saying that, and Alpine and I were walking around, and he looked at me and he goes, "Hey," I said, "What?" He said, "Brush your face off." I said, "Why?" He said, "You got like 8 mosquitoes on your face." And I was like, "I'm AB positive." It's just because I'm AB positive too, and they're all over. And I said, "Well, maybe you're just not as positive as me." Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that stuff like that. I don't have camera rolling. I can't ever show you guys that footage because I don't have footage of that. Those are all memories. And but I will tell you some stories. Yeah, and but we're gonna do that on next Sunday. I'm gonna try to work it out to where if they're available, try to get them on uh, Alpine and Stitch on alive. I've got to talk to them and see if we can get that figured out. Tony, do you like apples? Yes, I do. Yeah, in fact, while I was up there, Alpine and I had gone up because on Friday, the day that I got there, we actually went to. Was a day that Alpine and I spent together because we are going to pick Stitch up on Saturday, and we found out there was going to be a apple. Well, we went to a museum of an old fort that's on the Vermont side, and we went in there and saw a lot of Native American relics and some information about the two forts that were in the area, and um, were told that there's when we walked up to the place, there's an apple tree that had a ton of apples. So Alpine had asked about the apples, and then we were told there was going to be an apple. They were going to make some apple cider on the following Saturday. So that was yesterday. So Alpine and I actually went there, but the apples, it was really cool. There was 3 types of apples. The one tree, which was newer, about that seed was introduced around 1920. The two that I remember was the Spartan. Okay, and I said, "Oh, Spartan! Wonder if there's 300 apples on there." So, like the movie, yeah. So anyhow, so that was a really red apple, and so we had gone out there and we picked them and tasted them, and then what was really intriguing is that they had 2 apple trees that were famous apples from 1609 is when that apple was introduced. And then when I believe it was the French had come over, a lot of monks came over with them, French and Indian War, but a lot of settlement, but monks had come as well. And monks had did a lot with apples, not Johnny Appleseed, but before him. But this variety, famous, is from 1609. In fact, before the day before Stitch had gone back for the airport, or was it the same day? Day before, I believe. We had stopped and got some apples so he could take it back for Miss Stitch. And then, but the famous apple is a heirloom apple, which means if you open it up and take the seeds out, you can plant the seeds, and they will germinate just like heirloom tomatoes. Something that's not heirloom, they're genetically modified to the point where they won't reseed, from what I understand. Awesome. Miss Stitch got her famous. Oh, you even got a spelling there. There we go. Famous. There we go. Hey, Jesse Lou, 79. Love the Macintosh apples from New York. Yeah, and I'm finding out that Hey, for his life. Love your channel. I'm addicted to Louisiana crunch cakes now. Yeah, and if you haven't heated them up, try heating them up. So that's the famous apples. So Stitch flew those all the way back to Colorado. Yeah, and that is great to hear. And Alpine's mom had made apple like turnovers with the famous apples, and I want to tell you those were amazing, amazing apples. And yeah, the Granny Smiths or the Macintosh green apples, they are later. They're like 1930s, 1900 seed or further up in the 1900s. But this one dates all the way back to 1609. So those seeds are amazing. And just learning about that stuff. I mean, you may not be interested in it, but stuff like that really amazes me. Stuff I never knew before. Just really cool. There's a lot of things I never knew. But Alpine was turning the wheel on the press, and the apples went through a grinder first, and then it went into a little barrel with a mesh bag. And then they closed up the mesh bag and then put the plate in on top, and then they started cranking it down, and that pressed the apples, and then the juice flow flew flowed out of the bottom. They didn't fly out. It flowed out of the bottom. Like homemade butter sweet pickles, Leonard. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love sweet and sweet the pickles too. Yeah, butter, butter, butter bread. That's it. Butter bread pickles. Love that stuff. Yeah. And yeah. It's hard to turn those apples and get them down there. And yeah, I yeah, I might tell a story about that at some point. But it flowed out, and then they were heating it up, so it was unpasteurized for one, so you don't want to drink too much of it. But Alpine and I got to enjoy some apple cider that was heated up, and so we hung out there for a little bit with everybody that was making the apple cider. And then I got to find out a little bit more about that process. And it was really, really cool. Really a neat experience. Yeah, take care, Dennis. I'm thinking maybe, oh, got to say goodnight. Good night, and Dennis. Be well, everyone. Dennis says, yes, let's see. All right. Hot pickles. I would love to see a reoccurring segment with, oh, let me put that up so it doesn't go away. There we go. I would love to see a reoccurring segment with hot pickles or other spicy stuff. Yes. So let's just show you this. So my son Jonathan had given me this. Now I've had Mike's hot honey before, but I've never had the extra hot. So Jonathan had given me the extra hot, and I ate it, and just one drip of it on my finger, and then touched it to my tongue, and it was hot, and I like hot stuff. So I will be doing that, and I do want to open those pickles. Spicy maple bourbon pickles. What do you guys think? Should I open them? I'll leave it up to you guys if I open them tonight or not. Just saying, I like your hot pickle segments. Keep them going. Yeah, I'm looking for more and more pickles. A lot of times when they're in jars, because I backpack in, it's hard. A lot of places I can't take glass. So that's, at first I was just looking for them in the pouches, and I was finding those. But Alpine gave me some. Oh wait, Tony's bodyguard's giving thumbs up, and I see and Tanya is saying yes. All right, so I'm gonna break them out. Oh, we're gonna see if I can. I'll tell you what, I will open them, and if I can, if I can, if not, I'll have to wait for Miss 2.0 to come home, and it'll be on the next segment. All right, open it, Tony. Yeah. Stitch says, I agree with Patrick. He needs to do a pie iron bit. Yes, and I've got yes. I've got a I'll open it near the microphone. We'll hear it pop. Ready? Oh, did you hear that? So they are open. Oh, they are like bread and butter pickles. Yeah, and I wanted to open this. In fact, I wanted to open it during our while we were camping, but I didn't. And yeah, but I made. Well, you're gonna see the video. I don't want to give too much of it away. Yeah, I don't want to give too much of it away, so I'm not going to talk about it. Yeah. So and Tony passing gas again. Yeah, if that's all it sounded like, Stitch, that'd be something. Yeah. Pop. So, all right. So here we go. Let's see if it turned. So it's a little backwards in the camera. For me, like if I got to move it the right way. All right, so there we go. And now it's like, so this is a hot, spicy maple bourbon pickles. All right, and they do smell like, yeah, they smell bread and butter. Pull out a pickle. All right, so here's a pickle, and it's like, oh, I'm making a video. Yeah, there it is. That was looking good. All right, let's see how hot it is. Crunches. Wow. That is good. So far, this is the spiciest pickle I've eaten. And this is maple bourbon flavored. And I can taste the maple. Oh, yeah, it's hot. Oh, that is delicious. Oh, now I need a fork. I think I'm going to eat them all. That is really, really good. These are good pickles. Now, I'm not sponsored by them or anything, just letting you know. But they are really, really good. So if you get a chance, it look like, hold it up here again so you can see the label. We'll spin it. Sam's Choice. I'm thinking maybe Walmart. I think that's Sam's Choice. So spicy maple bourbon pickles. Fresh pack of pickles. Fresh pack of pickled chips. Oh, that is delicious. Wow. Mmm. They are good. I better put the lid on or they'll be gone. Can you hear me crunching with the microphone? Very good. Very, very good. Oh, they are spicy. They don't take my breath away. Yep, Walmart. Thank you. Thank you, Tanya. So Walmart, let me put that up. Mm-hmm. You'll get this. Don't eat too many of those. Darling says, don't eat too many of those. You get tipsy. Yeah. I don't, I'm thinking, I don't think there's actual bourbon in it, but bourbon flavored. And maybe they were done in a bourbon barrel. Hmm. Okay. 49 people are watching. A man eat pickles. What's up with that? Oh, it's 47 now. Anyhow, okay. So awesome. I do recommend those. I'm going to put those. Now, I do know what is hot. And because Alpine opened his jar. These are hot. They're not hot, but these That's it. I open these. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So David said, "Oh, let me put that." This Sizzle Cafe instant coffee is awesome. Even better are the Tony Chocolonis. Yeah. Oh, I ended up eating a couple of those because we had a couple left over. Looking forward to setting up the camping hammock. So on the drawing, if you watch the drawing, David won the hammock, and yeah, and that coffee. Yeah, if you even if you make a cup of coffee and it's weak, you can add more coffee. Um, oh, now that so these are the pickled jalapeno or candied jalapenos that Stitch had made. Now these are from his garden, and the thing with jalapenos is if you get the seeds, that's where a lot of the heat is. Mm. These are sweet but hot. Oh, they're good. They're really good. So 48 people watch me eat hot jalapenos. Ooh, yeah. Good, good, good. Delicious. Stitch, you did an awesome job with those. So we had those on our chili, our Texas chili that Stitch had made us. So I don't have a video of the chili. Um, oh, that's hot. I just got it in the back of my throat and drunk fire breathing dragon. Old Kraken dated. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna. Whoo. Yeah. So I'm gonna put those in the refrigerator since I opened them. I'm gonna walk over here. Oh, yeah. These down in here. And then what I'll do is I will um, take, and I have like little containers, and I'll be putting some of those in to go out when I do camping adventures because they would be good in a couple of meals that I'm thinking of. Be very good, very good. And one of the things I can do is I can actually add those to a lot of different things. Um, whew, uh, I ate one cow. So that's another name for them. There we go, cowboy candy. Oh, yeah, that's what it is, cowboy candy. So I ate more than one, Stitch. I ate like three of them. You must have blinked. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. Tony. Oh, here's a question. Tony, you're getting a little red after the peppers. No, the first thing. So when I took a coffee into Lisa, she took one look at me and she goes, "Oh, you got a tan. You got red. Look how red you are. You got tan." I was like, "It was sunny. It was no clouds in the sky." And if you're not a part of the Random Adventures 2.0 Facebook page, let me just put that up here. Um, comment. Oh, um, this. Let's see. Down on the bottom, it's scrolling across the bottom. So the Random Adventures 2.0 family on Facebook. I was posting some pictures of different things, and one of them was my hammock. You'll see my hammock with the moon shining on the lake where I hung uh, between the trees, and then the sunrise, a shot of the sunrise as well. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pictures. So that is on there. I can't see my comments. Uh, all right. Yeah, yeah, they are, Tanya. It says peanut butter and pickle sandwiches are delicious. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sorry to hear about your dad too. I just want to say this. So if you guys could pray for Trapper's dad, you just keep him in prayer as well. But yeah, I know that's why you weren't able to make it. But he's in up in New York as well and wanted to really make it, but he's caring for his in and out for his dad for a little while now. Hey Tony, you have two questions and answer them in any way you like. Okay, so we got another question. Well, two questions. Um, hey Tony, I have two questions and answer them in any way you would like. Question one is: do you ever get scared that you're going to get caught when you stealth camp? All right, so no. Usually, I pretty. I got a hot pepper in my throat. The cowboy candy just went to the side. Must have had a seed. Ooh, and just caught me in the back of the throat. Well, I don't want to say no. I don't get. Well, I wouldn't call it scared. Not that I can't get scared, but I pretty much have a. I figure if anybody finds me or all of a sudden there's somebody there, I figure it was supposed to happen, and so I look at it a little different mindset uh, as far as if someone were to enter in. So a lot of times I wouldn't want to scare them, so I mainly thinking of the other person. Like if I hear someone coming or something, if they get too close and I think they're going to stumble upon me, I'll say, "Hey, how you doing?" or something. I would do that because I wouldn't want to get shot by somebody just walking in the woods like, "Oh," and then like, "What was that?" Yeah. So no, I haven't. I never really thought about it, but I've been hesitant a couple times. But generally, um, I uh, I have an idea of maybe something would happen or kind of minimize those opportunities is maybe the best I would answer. Um, hypothetically, uh, uh, you get caught. What would you explain be for camping? So you know what? I was almost caught last November. Um, so I had my back. I hadn't set up yet. And that's that bug out dugout video that I did right at Thanksgiving. I think it was the day before Thanksgiving. I filmed it, and we they were doing a rescue, um, like I don't want I forget. Like they were practicing to rescue somebody that was lost, and a young man, I heard him, and I hadn't set stuff up yet. And in that situation, because I had my camera on a tripod facing in the right direction. I said, "Yeah, getting some pictures of the sunset, and I'm going to wait till the moon comes out." Um, so, so generally, it depends on what the situation is, where I'm camping, what I'm doing, um, kind of what I would explain to them. Um, let's see. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna put this up there. So this is Trapper. Your channel and followers are very gracious people, and yes, they are, Trapper. Very, very gracious. Yeah, it's a family. It's the 2.0 family. There we go. Okay, what do you camping under? Okay, what do camping under the bridge is a flash flood in Hammock? So if generally, I would know what the weather is going to be like, and I'll look at the big picture of not just where I'm at, but upstream. I don't have to worry about flash flooding as much down here as say like if I was in a, gorge or out west, where it can and it can come up really really fast. Yeah, but where I'm at, it would disperse more than if I was in say like a gully, and I would just work on mitigating those things. Not necessarily raining where I'm at, but maybe upstream. I usually always look at a satellite. Um, and in fact, Jake had sent me a good app that I can see on my phone. It's that ABC 3040 3340 is the app. And he had looked at a lot of apps and he said that was a really, really good one. New here, says Dan. You do meetups with subs ever? Yeah, yeah. We just did one last Sunday. Did a meetup, and that was in Latham, New York, and then I did one near Cabela's in Pennsylvania. That was my very first one. I've only done two now, but it's working to do more and more at different times when it presents itself. Oh, Hammock Mountain asks, did you get the package I sent? I hope I sent it to the correct address. I didn't get it yet because I was gone for 8 days, but I will be picking up the mail at the P.O. box tomorrow morning. So I always get there tomorrow, and I believe, well, I know Tanya had sent something because she got notified that I got to pick it up. So it hadn't been picked up yet. So, and I was away up in upstate New York. So I will definitely be going over there tomorrow, Hammock Mountain. Oh, I didn't. I'm getting excited for Mail Monday. So I'm going to film Mail Monday tomorrow. And I got something from Darlene too. I don't have it up in the studio yet, but I did pick that up. And you can see I do have a male hammock. I figured the hammock that's on the wall over there, I'd fill it up. And so if you're ever on a live, uh, just look in the background, see what's back there. Because if I just have one thing, I'll open it like I did with Emma Brown when she sent me this microphone. I had opened it actually before because she wanted me to open it as soon as I got it. So I did. And she said, because you can use it and it's come in handy. Mail Monday. And so I'm going to see what I can do tomorrow because I know when I pick it up, I've got to get an oil change tomorrow as well because my oil light came on the way back. So I do have to do that. So I'm hoping I have enough time to do um, on a Mail Monday video because it's getting to be a couple items. But I think I can get one done and still have it up by 5 o'clock. So Mail Monday may not be at 5; it might be at 6. Maybe I'll do it at 6 to give me an extra hour to work with it. They need to build a special Tony post office. It's a very small post office. It is. And I am little thing. You open it up and they have, if it's because it's just a little letter size. So they'll do that. And Darlene, thank you so much. Lisa and I opened the anniversary card before I left. So we opened it as soon as I got, hey, Eva, how are you doing? Hello, Tony. Blessings to you and Miss 2.0. Thank you so much, Eva. All right. Okay. What else am I looking at here? All right. So that's where I was at. So I was doing a couple people commented, oh, because when I came out with that video at midnight instead of 5 o'clock, um, it, it came out. And then when it came out, um, I didn't find out until 1 o'clock then in the morning, and I realized it wasn't going to come out at 5 p.m. when most people would see it. And what happened was when that did eventually come out, I saw in the comments, and a couple of comments says, "Oh, uh, that's why you put out the same covered bridge video." It was different, so it wasn't the same, but it was another covered bridge. And the reason I think they thought that is I was looking like this and going covered bridge, and it looked a lot like, even though it was a different bridge, it looked a lot like the same thumbnail. So hey, hey Emma, I'm seeing everybody saying hey, hello Emma. I didn't see your name go by, so I'm saying hi quick. But hi. Oh, and I hope I sound good. I'm wearing the microphone. And Stitch, Alpine, and I got to use the microphone during our camp video that's going to be coming out this Thursday. Yeah. Oh, Leonard says found the hammock for $14.99. Yeah, in that video, all three of us hammock hung. So all of us did, and we all had different. And there is so much variety in hammocks, and I've been learning that. Like I said, I'm definitely not an expert. I'm learning about hammocks. Someone just commented to me the other day that they went on, or I saw the comment today. They went on a catfish trip down the river for 3 days with a friend, with a buddy. The buddy brought the hammocks, and he had never hammocked before. He only ever tent camped. And I tell you, if you got somebody that can set the hammock up the right way for you the first time, um, more people would like it, because you don't want to lay in it like a banana. A lot of people say, "Oh, I feel like a banana in it." Um, but that's because you don't have it set up right. Not that it's just because you don't know. And just like me, first time I laid in the hammock, I was like, I don't know about this, because I was squished like a tamale. And but if you get it set right, know how to set up a hammock, once you learn how to do it, and I say with a ridge line, oh my goodness, it's so comfortable. I was just, in fact, Alpine said, "You look so comfortable in that hammock and just laying there." And I was like, oh, it's nice and beautiful, beautiful. Once you learn how, in fact, in the comment, he said, "I'm never gonna." It was the best. I guess they've done it multiple times, but he said that was the best time. He'll probably never float down the river again with a tent. He's gonna do a hammock. Yeah. Okay. So that covered bridge, I actually was not under the covered bridge. And if you notice, when I was at the top of that bridge, and when was that bridge built? 1860, I believe, or somewhere around there. So that was on the National Historic Society, or National Historic marker was on it. No, well, that's that plaque. I don't remember. You have to watch the video. But man, I was there in the walnuts. I was saying chestnuts, but it was walnuts. I put that in the little thing. But when they were hitting that roof, that metal roof on that, 'cause that was a big old tree, and I was hugging the tree. But the walnut tree that was right there, was a couple of them. There was a squirrel up there throwing them walnuts down, and they were hitting the top of that metal roof, and that woke me up multiple times throughout the night. And it wasn't so much the cars, because I'm used to the cars. It was the bang, bang, and then bounce, bounce, roll, roll, roll. That was something else. But yeah, when they hit a metal roof, they are loud. All right. Yeah. No trees thrive. Yep. Yeah, yeah, I see stitch. There are some solutions for hammocking if you don't have a tree. There's a couple good options. In fact, there's even some stuff that's a little heavy to pack out, but you can even do it with trekking poles. In fact, Shug, if you don't know who that is, um, Stitch, or Tony's Bodyguard, if you can put a thing down on Shug's channel, like just as how to find his channel. You don't have to put the link there, but um, he was a clown for Barlow and Bailey Circus, but he's got a lot of hammock videos and teaching people on how to do hammocks and I think he may even do one without trees, maybe the post. But there are a lot of different options. That's why they were having a hammock hang. Stitch had sent me about in my area. They were they do a hammock hang where a lot of people, all different variety of knowledge about Emery. Yes, Shug Emery. Yes, yes, Shug Emery. There we go. Um, his channel, very amazing and very funny too. But there was a hammock hang the weekend before I left, and it rained. That was when the storm came up the coast. It rained really, really hard. So I'm not even sure how they made out on the hammock hang, but it was going to be too close to me leaving to go up to New York, and I wanted to spend some time with Miss 2.0 before I left. So I wasn't able to make that, but they do one spring and fall, and that was the fall hammock hang. But I hope to do the next one. Uh, we'll have to get out here again for a Pennsylvania episode. Yes. Let's see. Alrighty. Get another question up. Have you ever stealth camped on or close to Gettysburg battle site? I have not. That is a little bit to get down there, and with I'd have to do it outside of the national park, and plus, just because I think that would be a haunted one, right? I don't like haunted things. I get scared. Yeah, but um, yeah. As far as I probably would not do one at Gettysburg, but I would like to do maybe a small video about Gettysburg. I think that would be cool. But yeah, yeah, I have not done any down there, Tanya. No. Okay. Uh, I'm the reason I'm like I'm staring at the comments looking for anything new here. All right. So in that hammock or that covered bridge video, there was a lot of people that maybe thought it was the same video because it came out so early. So that one didn't do as good on the takeoff, and that was a premiere as well. So I wasn't able to do a be in the comments because I didn't know it went out. Oh, that's what it was going to be. We're going to try Stitch, Alpine, and I are. Um, I was thinking, well, I know Stitch can. I'm not sure if Alpine would be able to. Stitch may, if he can, might be in the comments during the premiere that's coming up, and that's going to be Thursday at 5 p.m. And if you go over and you look at that in my content, it's already scheduled as a premiere. If you can, I would really, really appreciate it if you go over there and just hit the notification to be notified, because that'll tell YouTube that there's quite a few people waiting to watch it. Even if you don't watch it, if you can just hit that notification bell, that'll give kind of like prime the pump for YouTube to go, oh, there's people that are wanting to see this type of a video, and they see that it's a premiere because it's out there right now waiting. And I think you're going to enjoy that. And I was going to say, if you're unfamiliar with different setups for hammocks, you're going to want to watch that video, because all three of us hammock hang, but we don't have the same hammocks. And there's different setups that we have as well. In fact, we go a little bit further than that. That we're doing, we wouldn't need tarps, but we set them up in different ways. Uh, like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but there's a no tarp, half tarp for sun, shade, and then full tarp, porch mode. I think I got that right. But I learned a lot. I learned a tremendous amount. I learned knots on how for that Stitch taught me for that. And Alpine put a you know different thing out, showed me that you can make a tarp out of a poncho. It was really an education for me, and it really helped me learn even more. And that's why Stitch was encouraging me to go to a hammock hang where people come from all over and they'll all hang together. It might be, 20, 30, 40 people. They'll just go to an area and all hang in hammocks, and you're going to see 30, 20, 30, and 40 different hammock hangs because but you can pick up on things and learn a lot of things when you go to those. And I'll try to show different things that I learn and incorporate in my videos. If it's something that I'm doing different, I um, I hope that I'll remember to show you and go, "Hey, this is different," and let me show you how I'm doing this now. I'll try to remember to do that when I set things up. If I do something different than what I've never done before or I just learned. Lots of Let me see that. Hey, Steve, how are you doing? So accidentally sent early. I meant to say lots of stealth ops here. Yeah, yeah. How about stealth camping in a casino? Oh, with all the cameras, that would be tough. That would be really, really tough. I actually thought of. I was in a Walmart, not that. Um, yeah, I was there. There was a spot. I found a spot, not inside the store, but, kind of like it. But I thought I couldn't do I was thinking I couldn't even do an overnight there, just because. So me, there's high risk situation, which I've done some of, but it's hard for me to be myself because I'm worried about things, and I can't be loud. I can't do certain things, um, and I like to engage with you guys and really just spend time with y'all on my camp. So I enjoy. I like throwing out those high risk situations every once in a while, but you can't find those every week. So when I do find one, I kind of they're spaced in between, and then I do. It's called wild camping, some urban camping, some different type of camping that is stealth. A lot of times, I'm and there's different. Definitions in people's minds of what stealth camping is, and there's a lot of definitions. Let's see. Oh, Leonard, okay, yes. Well, good night. And saying you work at an elementary school, so 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. That's a long day. That's a long, long day. Oh my goodness. Well, sleep good tonight. Definitely. All right. Yep, I'm just looking. So, is there any more questions? I'm looking around, seeing if I want to show anything else. Mm, oh, this is going to be good. So, that video that I did, how about them pancakes that I made? They were awesome. Like I said, that pour over was pretty cool with the way I edited that video for that. But those pancakes turned out way better than I'd ever thought they did. But I wanna thank Patrick and Lori. This is it must be a bourbon because we got the bourbon pickles, and these two did not collaborate. Alpine and Patrick and Lori. But look at that bourbon barrel aged maple syrup. Okay. While we're doing it, might as well taste this too. If I can open it. You almost have me talked into trying spam. Dan, you got to try it. If you've never had it, you got to definitely try it. Yeah. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Two elementary, same day, Leonard. Oh, my. All right. So it's bourbon barrel aged. Just letting you know, it's not bourbon. And so, oh, actually, he's drinking out of a bottle of bourbon. Yeah, it's got a little hole there. I can't get my finger in it to throw it over my shoulder like a jug and go, oh. Yeah. But I'm gonna drink it out right out of the bottle. Yeah. So, oh, oh, that is good. Patrick and Lori, that is really good. Now I gotta grab the toothbrush that Lori gave me. Yeah. Oh, that is delicious. Very, very good. Thank you guys very much. I should have opened this while we were there. Oh, wouldn't that be good? Okay. Yes. All right. I've got a new crunch cake recipe. Not going to tell you what it is, but I just thought of it. Might use some of this. Yep. Include some of that. Okay. Patrick is asking a question. Have you ever winter camped in an igloo? I want to say no, but you just reminded me when I was in when I lived in Annandale, Virginia, when my dad worked at the Pentagon. Back in those days, we lived in an apartment building, and I can remember this is a fond memory. Thank you for this. Um, and you didn't even know. But I had never seen an igloo except for on cartoons. But all the adults all hung out together, and yeah, now they might have had some bourbon, but it snowed a lot, and the adults made an igloo. I was in I was in I would have been kindergarten, first grade, first grade. So I was about 6 years old. Yeah. And they made an igloo and put a candle in it to melt the inside of the igloo so it stayed. But they made an igloo even with the little hole that came out, and I we would crawl in it. And I remember going up in it and then sledding down out of it. It was really really cool, really cool. And but thanks, I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah, really cool. Let's see here. I finally found a great Walmart alternative to the dreaded coconut crunch cake. It's the Walmart cinnamon cake. Yeah, the cinnamon cakes are good, and the Louisiana crunch cake. A lot of people don't like coconut, and I'm thinking that's why. But it tastes like a little bit of coconut and lemon. But if you've never had did the recipe for the pineapple upside down cake, you gotta try it. And Stitch, you can say how you liked it. Oh no, don't say how you liked it, because I make Stitch and Alpine Warrior a um, 2.0 Louisiana crunch cake. Yeah, with the cherry Marci Marciano cherry. I think I'm saying it right. Awesome maple syrup. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's really good maple syrup. Let's see if I got all the questions answered. Okay, think. Yep. Sorry for the delay in the talking. Let's see, Travis. Oh, sorry, I'm late to live. Hey, Steve, Travis. Sorry, he's saying sorry. Wait for the live. Yeah. No problem. You can always go back and watch it too. But hey, I'm glad to have that you made it. Yes. Uh, here we go. Stitch saying. Wait, you have to do my revised crunch cake recipe first. Yes, yes. No, I did. Tony's bodyguard. Did you see Chili Willie? Yeah, nope, he wasn't in there. Yeah, but I do want to say that Alpine took me to Stitch. You remember when we were coming out of the Walmart parking lot and um, Alpine Warrior goes, "Hey, you guys want ice cream?" And we just ate, and we were all full. And he took me to an ice cream place. He took me to the ice cream place we're gonna go to, and we got a maple flavored ice cream. It was called Up there, they call soft ice cream creamies. Uh, hey, let's go get a creamy. Yeah, so that's and so oh, let's have a large, and it was like this big. I said, "Is it like going to be this big, a large?" And the lady goes, "Yeah, they're pretty big." And I said, "All right, give me one step down." So we walked back to the car and to eat it in because it was raining. So and oh man, it rained hard, Stitch, when we dropped you off. It rained. It really rained hard on our way back, and it rained all day. So we go to this ice cream place, and we're sitting in the car eating our ice cream, and I look over. So mine was this high above the cup. All right. Alpine's was this high above the cup, and we're sitting in there, and I'm eating. I look over. Mine's still this high above the cup, and I look over, and his was the same size as my ice cream cone. What? I said, "You ate that fast?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, yeah. I like. I can do. Eat. Yeah, yeah." So so then we're talking and we're eating ice cream, and then it wasn't even 5 minutes, right? And I get it just down below into the cup, and I hear scraping at the bottom of the cup with his bowl. And I have only eaten half of mine, and his was almost, it was gone. He was scraping around the edges. I was like, "Is that the bottom of your cup already?" He goes, "Yeah." He ate that fast. And we sat there for a minute, and he kept looking over. I said, "You going to go get another one?" He said, "I'm thinking about it." Yeah. That was funny. That was funny. Yeah, yeah. You should make those for your trail magic, because someday hikers would love that. Oh yeah, yeah, the 2.0. Oh, they would love it. Hey Rebecca, how you doing? Hello Tony, welcome back. Righty, thank you much. It's too funny, Tony. Alpine could put away the chow. It's amazing. It is. It certainly is. But from what I understand, he's been doing that all his life. He shared a couple stories with me, and yeah, yeah, that was something else. Yeah. All right. So I think I've talked about everything. I'm not going to say any more about the camp that's going to come up Thursday. But if you're just tuning in, I just want to reiterate why you're seeing blue and not the red, white, and blue like I did the other day. But I'm going with white and blue, and that's in just for Israel and what has happened over there with Hamas coming in and really just. Uh, Horrendous, everything that happened, and I'm sharing this right now because we're on for an hour and 42 minutes, and I'm gonna come in for a landing, as Stitch would say. He's a pilot. um, so I want to encourage you to pray for Israel and all those that were lost over there for the attack on Israel. And Israel is proclaimed. I don't know all the terms, but they are uh, proclaimed war against Hamas because of the brutal, vicious attack, terrorists. I mean, they were saying, I got a chance to listen to the news on the way home, and just that's their 9/11. And I want to pray for also all those that are being held hostage right now. We don't know the number and how many Americans were also killed or hostage situation right now as well. So I am not only myself, but I'm going to ask that y'all would stand with Israel too in prayer. And Yeah, so I'm going to end on that note. And I want to thank you all for coming on tonight, spending time with us during this live. Really appreciate all of you. And for your travel mercies that you had prayed for me for my travel. So I was gone for Thursday, Friday, and then all week long. Got home today, didn't have any problems on the road. So all of your prayers helped a lot and made sure that I was safe. And hey, Robert, sorry you're just jumping on and I'm jumping off. Going, oh, what? Hey, Tony, how's everything going? Loved your last couple videos. Thank you very much. Hey, Christina. Hello, Tony. So very sad in Israel. Very, very, very sad. And Darlene throwing up a lot of prayer hands there. Yeah. God bless you, Tony, and everyone on here. Old Crocodile War is not like a camping trip. No, it is definitely not. Definitely not. No. And I thought maybe I wasn't going to go on tonight because of driving back with the news that I heard, but I wanted to come on. I wanted to, you know, just, you know, I know you guys have probably heard. If you haven't, go on and check out the news. But like I said, we're going to stand with. I don't know if you. I am standing. I mean, that's our closest ally, in in that theater over there. So yes, let's all find peace. Absolutely, absolutely. Very, very well said, my friend. Yes, thank you much. All right. So Robert's prayers for Israel. Yes, absolutely. And like I said, the candle right there is lit for those who lost their lives to savagely. Savage. I have no. I don't even know how to explain how that is. And yeah, 7 civilians. Yeah, yeah. The women, children, um, grandmas, Holocaust survivors. Yeah, yeah. So definitely continue in prayer. And thank you for coming on tonight. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? Good night, everyone. Good night, Johnny, and good night, Rebecca. Good night, Steve and Christina, Tony's bodyguard, Robert. Oh, cracking dated. Yeah, Stitch. Thanks a lot. Had a great time, and I'm looking forward to Thursday night's video. So Thursday night's video will be Thursday. Oh, one last thing. No, I was going to show you something, but that's probably not going to be an unboxing. I have, well, maybe I will. I don't know. You might see an unboxing this week of a product as well. All right. Thank you, everybody. God bless. Good night. And you have a good one. And we will see you on the next one. All right. God bless. Tony 2.0 out. All right. Good night. God bless. And I got to come way up here. So I'm going to see you for a little bit longer. Love you guys. See ya. Good night.